I have to admit, I am genuinely surprised that Ethan decided to settle with Kaceytron. What I am not surprised by, however, is the way Ethan decided to settle with Kaceytron. Now, it's not unusual for a settlement to have conditions or various things that someone may need to do, so it's not weird for her to have had to make a public statement or something like that. That's not the problem. It's the context of that public statement that is really bothering me. Yeah, I watched it a little bit earlier, like I kind of skimmed through it and I honestly started seeing red immediately, and I'm gonna give it another watch right now with you guys. We're just gonna go through it, no bullshit. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this because oh my god. First and foremost, no hate to Kaceytron, like I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If I were in Kaceytron's position, I think I genuinely may have just offed myself at this point. Like I could not have done it. I could not have done it. Kaceytron is a better person than me because I would have simply said, actually end my life. I would rather die. So, full kudos to her. I have no problem with her making the video. I have no problem with her saying the things that she said in the video. My problem is with the fact that I know Ethan made her have to say the things that she said in the video. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just react to it. It's a fairly short video, thank God. It's not that long, and we'll just go through it right now. Okay, cool, great. Also, hit that subscribe button. I'd like to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you'd like to help me out, that subscribe button down below, hit that, and the notification bell. Also, follow me on Twitter and Twitch if you want to do that. Cool, that'd be cool too. That's it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, before we get into this, I just want to say that I feel so gross watching this, and I can't imagine how Kaceytron must have felt recording this. And maybe I'm just projecting onto her. Maybe I'm just putting myself into the situation too much, but like, it does just feel very much like a violation. And I think you'll start to understand what I mean as we go through this video. If you just understand Kaceytron's experiences online and who those experiences have involved, and just it's so disgusting. It's genuinely one of the grossest things Ethan has done to another person, and he's done some pretty disgusting things to people. Alright, here we go. Brace yourselves. And again, absolutely no fucking hate to Kaceytron.
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins.
Okay, first of all, this lawsuit was absolutely based in misogyny. This forced apology is based in misogyny. I want people to remember that Ethan Klein is behind this, okay? Sure, okay. Have her apologize for the, oh yeah, I understand copyright infringement. I'm sorry for my actions, blah, blah, blah. I still don't think that this really warranted a copyright infringement lawsuit or anything like that, but sure, whatever. It's a settlement. You're gonna have to say some things that you maybe wouldn't say normally, right? So fine, have her say that shit. But the other stuff that he had her say, holy fuck.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing any. As to the
Okay. Point one, here we go. He obviously is trying to make Hassan look bad, right? That's what this is about. He's having Kaceytron say this bullshit, not just to affect her sort of personal standing with Hassan, not saying that they have a personal relationship or anything, but to sort of drive a wedge there, but also to obviously try and paint Hassan as this selfish, clout chasing, money grubbing person, right? Like, oh, he didn't care, he only pretended to care, he pretended like he was gonna help Kaceytron and then he didn't, blah blah blah. It's so transparent. He's not clever, he's not good at this. Like, the people that this works on are already on his side. No one really is going to see this and go, yeah, you know what? Hassan's a really shitty person. Anyone with 2 brain cells, although to be fair, critical thinking not really the strong suit of the general public these days. So who knows? Maybe some people will hear this and go, "Oh, Hassan is a selfish person, blah blah blah." If you hear this and you think that this is true, you're not using your brain. Do the math, okay? Like, I don't know Hassan. Maybe he is a selfish piece of shit. I don't know. But if you think that the words that just came out of Kaceytron's mouth were true, or really any of the words that came out of her mouth in this video were true, I think that you maybe need to reevaluate your analysis abilities, okay? You need to really stop and, I don't know, do some exercises, solve some riddles, I don't know, figure it out. This is just basic Ethan making Kaceytron play the part and do the thing that he wants, which is to shit on Hassan and make Hassan look bad. It's not the worst part of this, though. It gets worse. Oh boy.
To the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits.
Okay, so Kaceytron had said that she would donate the remaining funds to Frogan or Denham's to help out with their lawsuits. And I guess that one of the stipulations that Ethan put in was, you can't do that, which is so pathetic. Once again, this man does not need the money. You know what? Maybe he does. Maybe that Kavanaugh lawsuit really drained him. I mean, talk about settlements. Interesting. Funny how Ethan doesn't want to talk about that one ever. People in his subreddit didn't even know that had concluded. They didn't know that he had settled. And I thought that was very interesting. I thought that was very fascinating because how did you not know? Is it because Ethan's trying to hide it from his audience because he's embarrassed by it? Maybe. I'm just glad that Kaceytron can be done with this. I'm glad that someone can at least move on from this bullshit and not have to deal with this weighing over their head anymore. Although, I will say that now she kind of has a new problem, and we'll get to that in a second.
I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause.
That's so stupid to include in your fucking settlement apology video. Again, not Kaceytron, but like, that's so stupid for Ethan to have her include in this, because he only did it because he wants to, scare the Reddit mods. That's it. He just wants to scare the Reddit mods. He wants to be like, oh, look, now we have Kaceytron cooperating with us. And, to make Kaceytron look like, oh, she's cooperating with Ethan Klein. A part of all of this is also to get more hate on Kaceytron because, of course, there are going to be people who see this video, see the stuff about Hassan, and see some of the other things that she says, and it's just like, they're gonna not think about it. They're gonna be very reactionary about it, and they're going to be upset with her. And no one should be upset with her for this. That's exactly what Ethan wants. So if you're getting upset with Kaceytron for making this video, for saying the things that she said, you're doing exactly what Ethan wants. You're doing exactly what Ethan wants. He wants you to be mad at her. He wants you to direct hate her way because he wants her to suffer. Once again, this is all about making her suffer. This is all about his cruelty towards these women.
Take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me.
Oh my fucking god. Look, I obviously don't know to what degree Ethan played a part in this statement. I honestly believe he just fucking wrote it for her, judging by how this is written. Because why would she write, I should know better because I have 3 disabled people relying on me? Why would she choose to include that in this? I don't think she would. I don't think from a writing standpoint, that's not something that you would naturally think to include in this. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think that Ethan just straight up wrote this for her. He wrote that part. He wrote the part about Asmongold's fucking mother, which, by the way, is one of the most disgusting parts of this fucking video. Because now you have her literally having to demean herself in front of a man who has spent so much time harassing her, sending his much larger audience, much more vitriolic audience after her, flooding her mentions, flooding all of her tweets, making her life a living hell. And now you've got her having to be like, oh, I'm sorry, Asmongold. I said something about your mother. I'm so sorry that I upset you, baby boy. The shit that Asmongold has said about other people, please. Has he ever apologized? Has he ever given a fuck? No. It's fucking bullshit. And it's disgusting to use her disabled family members in this way. It's absolutely disgusting of Ethan to do that. I actually didn't even notice that earlier, because again, I really did just kind of skim this. I did not notice that he included that little bit there about, oh, I should know better. I have 3 disabled people relying on me. That's so... Jesus, dude. Again, it's just cruelty. It's literally just cruelty. It's about making her suffer. And I don't know the best way to explain this because I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying that Ethan physically assaulted her or violated her in some way, but this does feel like a violation. Like, having her do this does feel like a very gross violation, and I can't imagine what it must be like to have to have done this. I feel very gross watching it, so I can't imagine having to sit there and record this and upload this. Again, this is a new low for him, in my opinion. This is a very new low for him. And I have always disliked Ethan for his racism, his blackface, his use of the N-word. All of that fucking shit does really piss me off, but I will say that I think this is a new fucking low for Ethan just on a human-to-human level. It shows how little he gives a fuck about other people. It shows how much he is willing to dehumanize another person that he does not like, that he can demean them to this level, that he can bring them to this point and not feel an ounce of sympathy about it, not feel an ounce of regret, and instead feel good about it, get enjoyment about it, continue to call her names and treat her awfully, because we know that Ethan is not going to stop. He's not going to shut up about Kaceytron. Kaceytron will probably continue to be a running gag on his show. I'm sure they have some fucking sound clip of her that they play every now and again, and they'll keep doing that. They'll keep making fun of her, they'll keep poking fun at her, and they'll keep shit-talking her whenever they get the chance. And you know what? The fucking crew will join in because they have no fucking morals either. If the crew stays after this, if the crew can sit there and watch what fucking Ethan Klein has done to Kaceytron and not feel an ounce of just personal accountability for the part that they have played in all of this, they are just as bad as Ethan. And I know that they won't care because they don't. They join in with Ethan. They join in with making the jokes. They join in with poking fun at people. They are the exact same as Ethan. And I'm tired of pretending that they're not. I'm tired of people pretending that they're not. I'm tired of them getting the excuse of, oh, it's their job. You can't expect them to leave their job. Maybe not, but at some point, I can't expect them not to actively partake in this. If you have to sit there and be quiet the entire fucking day, so be it. Keep your goddamn mouth shut. Do a silent protest. What is Ethan going to do if you all shut the fuck up? What happens to the show? What happens to the show if the crew were to protest and shut the fuck up? Stop talking. They say nothing. The whole show. Ethan has nobody to bounce his stupid jokes off of, except for his guests, I guess. But he loses part of what makes H3 H3, right? He loses the crew interactions. If the crew gets to have the excuse of, oh, it's their job, then I want to see them act like it's a job. Go on strike. Your boss is being fucking ridiculous and insane and evil. Go on strike. I get it. I fucking get it. Life's tough. Things fucking suck. But oh my fucking god, you are fucking culpable in this. Oh my god, I'm so fucking angry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Is this not disgusting? Is this not a just disgusting thing to do to a person? I just think it's so despicable. I really do. I think it just shows how heartless and cruel Ethan has become, and maybe has always been.
I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia.
Fuck the crew, bro. Not even. I didn't even know. I missed this part earlier, too. Fuck the crew. I just said my piece on the crew. I won't say it again, but oh my god. Oh my god. Let this be their legacy. I'm tired of it. This is their fucking legacy. This is what I want them to be known for. If this is what they're gonna do, then fine. Let them be known for it. They are the H3 fucking crew, and they stood by Ethan through every fucking moment of this ridiculous, disgusting act. They stood by him through the years, okay? They stood by him through the racism, through the blackface, through the misogyny, through the Islamophobia, through all of it. They stood by him through the lawsuits. Not just this one, but the Kavanaugh lawsuits, all of them, okay? They stood by him through all of it. They stood by him through every last bit of it.
I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on two people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity.
It's not even about Palestine anymore, dude. That's the whole fucking thing. That's the whole fucking thing. It's not even about Palestine anymore. Like, yeah, sure. You guys did fucking great things for Palestine. You've raised so much money. That's great. That is great. That really is. I'm not sitting here and saying that's not great. That is fucking great. But it is disgusting to sit there and let Ethan use you in this way. Ethan is using you. If I were AB or Lena or any one of the crew members and I heard this bullshit, I would literally be so upset with Ethan. But they don't care. They hate Kaceytron too because they're just as fucking cruel at this point. Like, I just can't imagine your boss using you in this way. Not just using you, but using your activism, using your actions and support for the Palestinians that you did out of the goodness of your heart to bludgeon another person who has also, somebody who at least has been pro-Palestine, who has spoken out in favor of the Palestinians, okay? Your boss is just using you to attack this person. Your boss is just using you to shame this person. Do you not feel shame? Seriously. Seriously, do you not feel some sort of regret and shame for having gotten to this point? To me, that is disgusting. To me, that is unacceptable. Ethan would no longer be my boss. I could no longer stand by and allow that to happen because, again, it's not just using your relationship to Ethan at this point. It's not just using you necessarily. It's using your charity, your charitable actions. It's using a cause that you genuinely care about, that you genuinely support, that you were willing to sit down and raise money for, that you were willing to put time in to support, to encourage people to donate, encourage people to learn about, something that is supposed to be important to you. And Ethan is now using that to attack somebody else because of his vindictive and petty campaign, his crusade against these women. I would very much need to distance myself from Ethan. I would no longer be working with Ethan. I could not let that go without punishing that behavior because that is disgusting. That is a violation of not just Kaceytron, but of AB and Lena and their work and their support for Palestine. Ethan does not care who he hurts in this. He doesn't care about the crew. Obviously, he doesn't care about Kaceytron. He doesn't even care about his crew. That's crazy.
Is that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not. I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them. particularly my misogynistic attacks against Hila that never should have been said.
I don't even know what she fucking said, but I highly doubt Kaceytron was misogynistic. It's so ridiculous when she is the subject of misogynistic attacks from the very people that he has made her apologize to in this video.
Acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it.
The anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. What about the racism in the Ethan Klein household? What about the racism on the Ethan Klein H3 podcast? Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about that?
Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Okay. That's the video. That just sucked. It just sucked. Again, none of this is Kaceytron's fault, in my opinion. I think that she is doing what she needs to do to sort of protect her family, to protect her livelihood, and I can't blame her. I honestly think that this is possibly one of the more courageous things to do, in that she had to sit down here and say all of these things that she knows is going to get her nothing but backlash. Nothing but backlash. All of the people who were like, we want to see you get the consequences of your actions, they won't accept this as the consequences of her actions. They'll just continue to harass her. They'll continue to be pieces of shit to her because that's just who they are. That's what they do. Ethan Klein is trying to open her up to as much hate as possible, not just by, the people that she already gets hate from, but by people who are maybe more on her side and hate that she made this video, hate that she caved, in their opinion, hate that she gave in, and aren't sympathetic to that fact. They're going to be upset with this video as well, and they're going to be upset with her. So, again, if you're one of those people, that is exactly what Ethan wants, so maybe please just reconsider your perspective on this, because I do think that Kaceytron is doing what she needed to do for her family, for her livelihood, for her well-being, and I can't blame her for that. I don't blame her for that. I blame Ethan for writing this disgusting script and making her say it. I think it just feels like a violation. When you look at the greater context of everything, of her interactions with Asmongold, of using her disabled family members to try and shame her for the way she's behaved or something, and then using your fucking employees' activism and work for Palestine to shame somebody else. It's all very disgusting. It's all very cruel. And it's meant to cause as much psychological damage as possible. It's meant to hurt these people mentally as much as possible. I don't have much else to say about this. I honestly think that this was just possibly a new low for Ethan, possibly a new level of awful for him, just on a human to human level, just on how he has treated another human being. This really bothered me. This really upset me. Again, kudos to Kaceytron, wishing her all the fucking best, wishing her fucking peace at this point, because god fucking damn. No more Ethan Klein. Get off the internet. Go away. Like, whoa. It's over. Tap out. Please. God damn. You can go now. You can go now. You need to leave. Like, You need to leave! Please, leave this video a like, a comment. I already told you to hit that subscribe button and do all that stuff earlier, so if you haven't done it, now's the chance to do it. And other than that, I gotta end this video. I really do. So, thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourself. Fuck Ethan Klein. Free Palestine. Free Sudan. And goodbye.